Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our daily gratitude and affirmation walk. Look at that beautiful, delicious sun right there. How's it going, guys? Whew. Yesterday was such a whirlwind of a day. And apologies for getting you guys the video late. I took it in the morning and it was just non-stop, So we're gonna detach a little bit from that energy. Nice calm breath in. Oh, look at this. Number one, gratitude. I love when the day starts off like this. And we're gonna slow our roll a little bit. So number two, grateful that I am choosing and starting my day in just peace and solitude. So, number three, grateful that I have time to go on a walk. I actually have to be at my brother's house because the maintenance crew is doing something today. So I'm gonna be working over there. So right after this, I'm gonna have to head over there. But it's, the matter of grabbing all my food for the day and making sure that I have everything I need. I've been doing a lot of back and forth, but you know what? I also am so grateful for that sanctuary right now. Grateful to have a space where I can just be and sit with what's going on where I am in my life, the changes that are occurring. Number four, had my Reiki session yesterday. That was a beautiful session. I ended up, this is not where I wanted or thought the session was going to go, but I ended up connecting to a part of me that has been just in overdrive, really trying to protect myself, trying to do it discreetly. I think I've said this before on the channel, but when I was growing up, anger is not an emotion that was allowed. Definitely not towards somebody else. So I had this beautiful moment in session where that piece of me that is the emotion was saying, I just want to be a good emotion. And it was just so sad because it doesn't feel like it's valuable. And it doesn't feel like it's doing something helpful. And it was a huge moment for me to realize. I'll get into the message for this today, but you need every single emotion that you feel. You really do. Guys, we're not really going to stay today. Hopefully tomorrow when I don't have to get everything together. But forest is a little quiet today. I don't see any deer. Usually when I get out around, 7-ish, I see more deer. Or when I'm here at the path. Number four, because of how busy yesterday was, I'm so grateful that I took the last 2-ish hours of my day and I read. I've realized how much there's an emotional capacity component, and after I'm doing things that interact with those emotions, I need to build up that capacity space again to keep going forward. Morning. So I read, and the cat, who normally does not sit with me, she was sitting with me, and it was so cute. So, number 5, Listen, guys, I was definitely enjoying some of that chocolate bar yesterday. I have 2 more squares I'm going to eat today. I will say my stomach has not been the best. It's not been the best, but I think what's interesting though is I started reacting to the dinner that I've been eating every single day. So I'm wondering if there's something that I put on the chicken spice-wise. So I'm going to decrease the spices when I cook the chicken today. And we'll see where we're at. But like my hands, my fingers swelled up. So I think my body is activated in some way. But we're figuring this out slowly but surely. Number 6 for the day. Oh, and I don't recall what I'm adding in next. I think it's milk, which I'm not looking forward to because milk doesn't sit well with me. But, it'll be interesting to see. So, let's see. I think tomorrow is when I add that in. And I also have to go to the store to get almond milk because my bag of almonds isn't going to be here until next month. Anyways. 6, grateful that I'm going to have some time to go to the store. They don't even open until after work starts, so that'll be an after work activity. But at least the store, I have to take a detour, but it is close. So grateful I can do that today. This is the last day I have breakfast prepared. Number 7 for the day. I'm just grateful for all the time that I've been able to spend around the kitties. It's nice to have another living little thing in the environment. And even Luna, the cat, who doesn't really like being pet, has been allowing me to pet her, and even sat on the couch for a couple of seconds yesterday. And so we're making progress. It's funny, they trade off though. 2 days ago it was Lucy, yesterday it was Luna. Number 8 for the day. The sun. 8 for the day. Podcasting today. I'm looking forward to talking to my friend John and seeing what we get into. Ooh, and it's my topic today. I'll have to think about that. Yeah, I'll have to think. But it's going to be a good episode regardless. And I'm so grateful for being able to put that type of content out into the world. I'm proud about the discussions that we've had, and when more and more people start to listen to it, I think it's going to be incredibly valuable. Number 9 for the day. Ooh, grateful for all the resources I've gotten. I think I'm going to dive more into them next year when I have a little bit more capacity. There's some things I need to finish this year. But I will say there's a shop that morning. Hi. Dog was having a moment. There's a shop that the person who I go to for Reiki, she has this Native American wand, I guess you could say. And so she mentioned where she got it. And I think I might just take a little mini trip to go do that this weekend. So, go see that store. Because I've seen it before. And I just have a feeling that I've been there. I don't know. It's like a weird deja vu moment when she mentioned the name of the store. And I was like, huh. So I feel like regardless, I need to go. Whether it's to talk to somebody or just be in the space, something is calling me to go. So that is what I will do. And 10 for the day. Thanksgiving's coming up. I will admit, this is, why am I not showing you guys nature? I will admit, this year is a very different year, Thanksgiving-wise. And I don't really have plans. But, you know what? I think I'm going to break my diet for that one day. And the meal prep service, they have like, I think you can do a Thanksgiving meal, but you do it by serving size. So I just get one serving, and that'll be like just a really nice thing I do for myself on Thanksgiving. And maybe that'll just be a pack day. You know, how far can I get in the day? But I am grateful I get a day off to relax. I'm not going to be doing anything crazy. And, you know, just really sit with, maybe I can even figure out like what my plan's going to be for next year on that day. We'll see. So those are my gratitudes. Now for the message. So, how do I want to start that off? So the first thing that I'll say is we have physical capacity, right? So we have X amount of energy physically, and then we're just wiped out, right? Emotionally, we have, you know, a similar scale. So when you're in a moment where it feels like it should be a really simple action and it's taking you forever to do it, or you procrastinate on it, it may just be that you haven't actually nourished the emotional meter in order to be able to handle that thing, no matter how simple it seems. So, for example, me making a decision of whether or not I was renewing my lease, that kind of required, I just call it like emotional capacity time now. That required me to basically read and just be calm and within myself for a majority of the weekend. But because I did that, I didn't force myself into that action, my body is still kind of in a state of equilibrium, and I was able to do more things that day. And then same thing with last night. I knew taking a couple hours for reading, after how much I did yesterday, I knew that that was going to result in me being prepped and being consistent today. So it's all about maintaining yourself and not looking at the time that you're giving to anything that's not the action that you're doing. Not looking at it like the enemy or like you're being hijacked. Because I think over time, the more that your body recognizes that you're honoring how you feel, the less time you're going to need to put to it, and the more specific you can get with your actions to know which actions will actually lead to you taking action quicker. For example, reading, man, even especially if it's a good book, you know, after coming out of that, it's like, okay, like I'm prepared now. So I know reading is one of the activities that I can take to nourish that emotional capacity meter. That's different than getting emotionally prepared. It's almost like maintaining your emotional equilibrium. So the second part of this message is how you relate to emotions. All emotions are good emotions. But do you actually tell those emotions that they're good emotions, right? So if we had moments in our life where that emotion is coming up, and that was, we'll just take denial, that was denied externally and not validated, and over time we start not validating it for ourselves, then it's not that the emotion goes away. And if the emotion is suppressed, you might think that it's not doing anything, but it's just doing it covertly in the background, which then could be possibly putting you into an emotional bind that you aren't aware of. So, for example, let's just take anger. Anger, when expressed, was punished when I was growing up, right? Like, I'm still trying to take out the word tantrum from my mind because I heard it so often from my parents. Quit having a tantrum, and looking like in picturing me talking to my child when I have a child. I can't see myself saying that, because any emotion that a child is expressing is a bid for connection. And I just remember as a child feeling very hurt and misunderstood. And my solution was to get louder because I felt so unseen. And it felt empowering to stand in anger because I felt stronger. So when going through the session, at the end of it, I was talking to Judy, and I told her there wasn't a good way for me, like, even in my adult self, when I know anger is a very healthy, protective emotion, it's very hard for me to get that release from anger that I would with, like, crying or feeling sad. I feel the energy and it just stops, right? Like, it doesn't fully release itself. And I didn't quite know what to do, or haven't quite known what to do with that. But I realized that it's from, like, the fact that the punishments happen so often that it, like, doesn't want to. And we were talking about it. She's like, I kept getting, like, pounding, your feet, or, like, chanting, or, like, outside, like, maybe trying some of that. So I think it's important to recognize, have you found the right way to express that emotion? If all emotions are good and healthy, have you found, similar to the emotional capacity meter, the emotional equilibrium meter, have you found the way that emotion enjoys being expressed and released? So I told her, just feeling anger, no matter, like, I just get sad, and then I don't feel like the energy leaves my body, regardless of if I'm physically active. But there's probably so many different things I haven't tried yet. So now this is going to become a journey with myself to understand, like, what does my anger need? What do I need to be seen in a healthy way when I'm angry? Because the other thing too is, we look at ourselves and we judge ourselves and hate those pieces of ourselves and how we're showing up and not showing up to the best of our abilities. But maybe instead of trying to change the emotion, You need to understand and choose how to show up with the emotion where you do feel good about yourself. So that's the message of the day. Now for the affirmations. Number 1, as always, I'm divinely guided and supported. I can ask for help whenever I need it. Number 2, I humbly ask for help today. Number 2, I love myself deeply, fully, and completely. Number 3, miracles and blessings are a common occurrence in my day. I love to see them. Number 4, sleep is my divine practice. Deep, refreshing, peaceful, healing, soul refreshing sleep, uninterrupted sleep is available to me each and every day, and I claim it today and every day. Number 5, I choose again, and I choose better for myself. Number 6, what a beautiful day to be alive. Let's claim the day and the sun and appreciate the fact that we are living beings that can interact with our world. Number 7, anything I deeply desire is now a part of the reality that I'm co-creating. Number 8, I breathe easily and deeply in the sanctuary of bliss, peace, protection where I powerfully reside. Number 9, I'm not going to stress. Everything is being worked out for my ultimate good. And 10 for the day. It's a brand new day, guys. Fresh start. Let's get it. And that is all for this morning. But I love you guys. Hope you're doing well. What are you grateful for? What are you affirming? What do you think about the message? Do you have your own examples that you could share? Let me know in the comments below. And I will see you guys for tomorrow's video. Love you. Bye.